Hello and welcome to another day of conversation. We have some words to review from last time. I apologize, they were on the iPad and it wasn't very clear from far away, so we're just going to go over these again. I'm going to say them, you say them, and then we'll say them together. All right, first word, chua lop, sdap, sdap, buntop, buntop, sauce, sauce, bịch, bịch, sa, sa, color, color, bong riêng, bong riêng, sala, sala, siêu phâu, siêu phâu, khmau đay, khmau đay, cru, cru. All right, I'll put those to the side. This lesson, we have a lot of different, most of them are verbs, going through a lot of different words. I would suggest that you listen to the video up until maybe 5 or 6 words. Stop, review those, get those familiar to you, and then watch the video farther ahead, a couple more verbs at a time. There are a lot today, so it's going to be a longer lesson, but it will be overwhelming if you just watch it all at once. All right, the first verb that we have is want, want. And this word is similar to the word I like. It has the first part. The first part of that is jong, right? Jong. So J-A-W-N-G. It has to be fast. It has to be fast. Okay, so from now on, we learned in phonics, I'll just write F for fast instead of writing the whole fast word out. But if you studied phonics, we learned about the little thing called the buntop. This word has that on it. Jong, it's fast. Jong, instead of jong, it's jong. Ban, jong ban, and that is the word for want. Jong ban. Knyom jong ban moto moi. I would like to have a moto, or I want a moto. Jong ban. All right, the next word we have is the word for cry. Cry. So the baby cried. Okay, cry is yom, so it has a long O in there, but once again, I'm going to put an F for fast. This one doesn't have one thought, but remember, a lot of the Khmer vowels are those short vowels, so this is just one of those short vowels. So cry, yom, yom. You can start out by saying it slower, yom, 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 right? Yom. Next word, slap. It's sort of funny today, a lot of the verbs are fast verbs. So getting ready to say those fast. Slap, S-L-A-H. And then I'm putting a B at the end. You could actually put a P. It doesn't matter because in Khmer, whenever you end a word, just a review, we don't say the ending sound. So whether I say slap or slap, a P or a B, it sounds exactly the same because I'm not pronouncing either. However, the vowel in Khmer is a ba, the B, so I'll put that for just to be consistent. In my mind, it's more of a P when I think of it, but either way is fine. Okay, so slap, 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 slap. Actually, the word slap is another word, so you have to say it fast to get the right word. I know in tonal languages, the tones make different words. Like I've heard in Chinese, the word for horse and the word for mother are very similar. It's just that, the different tones. Well, in Khmer, it's not tonal in that sense, but the length of the vowels is so important. So if I were to say slap and slap, it is 2 different words. All right, jong and jong, 2 different words. So it's a little bit different. It's not tonal, but there is, the length of the vowels is very important. So if it's a fast vowel, make sure that you pronounce it as a fast vowel. All right, next word, very important for us. As Christians, we talk a lot about this word. You'll hear it all the time. This word is do. Now, if you've learned phonics, you recognize this vowel, and there's really no good way to write it in English. Do. I'm going to write it as EW instead of oo in tooth because I want somehow to be able to make a distinction. It is neither of these vowels. Once again, we're writing in English. We don't have enough letters to make all the Khmer sounds, but we'll try our best. So believe, do, it's this vowel, do. Okay, call, the next word is call, and there are two words for the word call. The first one is if you call someone on the phone. So if you're calling someone on the phone, you can actually just use the English word call. A lot of people will use the English word call. Knyom call, tau bong pro. I called my brother. Okay, Knyom call. And normally we would say tau. Okay, Knyom call, tau quad, tau bao. Another word that is actually another borrowed word, but it's the same word as the word for no, meaning it's pronounced the same. Call te. It's spelled differently, but it sounds the same as the word for no. Te. All right. And then if you were to call somebody, like I called him to come over here, that is a different word. That word is how. 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 Huh? To call. The next word I have is read. This one is very simple. It's just an. An. So an, like the first vowel in the Khmer alphabet, an, with an N sound at the end, to read, an. The next word we have is give, give. To give something to someone. Here's your flashcard for it, give. That word is owie. You've had a lot of this vowel before. Owie, owie, owie. Okay. I know we spoke in the past that when we have a two-syllable word, the accent goes on the second syllable. I just wanted to remind you that when we have a two-syllable vowel, meaning it's a single vowel, like the Khmer has a lot of them, like you already know I, you know you know oo, o, things like that. When you have, actually au is the one you know right now, but when you have a single vowel that has two syllables, I just want to remind you that in that case, the first syllable is the accented one. So owie, owie, not owie. Okay, owie. Next word I have in my list is run, run. And this one is sort of easy because it starts with the r, the R. So one that's similar, rot, rot. And once again, this is a fast one. Rot, rot. Okay. It's actually, if you want to put in parentheses or underneath it, it sounds more like rot, like not ooh. Sorry, this actually with the line above it. This is like in book, rot, rot. Okay. Rot. So either long O if you're really fast with it, or like tooth, like book. Excuse me. Rot, rot. Okay. That is the word for walk, for run. I'm sorry. The next word I have is the word for walk, which we have a lot of this vowel today in our words, and I'm writing AR, but remember that it is the a vowel. Not R. This is not dar. This is da, da. Right? So think of it as a little, maybe as a young child can't quite say the R clearly. Da, da. So that is the word for walk. The word for start is actually a two-word word. I know that's not the correct way to say it, but it's actually two words for the word start. And the first word is jap. And once again, it has to be fast, so I'll just put the F there. And then the second word of it is, once again, we have the AR, vowel. So for the word start, we have jap, put, đàm, chắp đàm, chắp đàm. Okay? Chắp đàm. Have fun saying that one. It's a mouthful. The next one is lose, and this is as far as lose and win. We have the word win as well. That's coming up later. But this would be to lose. If you're playing a game and you lose, this would be chanh. Chanh. So J-A-H-I, and then your N in English they spell N-Y, meaning like onion, something like that. Chanh, and once again, this is a fast vowel. So to lose, chanh, chanh, knyom chanh. Bong chane, knyom chanh, the word for win. We'll learn that in just a minute. Chanh. Okay. If you play with kids very much, you'll hear that word a lot. Now, we have two words here, open and close. And whenever you listen to someone, for instance, we're learning Khmer, if you listen to a Khmer speaker talk about or speak English and you see mistakes that they make, it's probably because that is how they speak in Khmer, and you can really learn a lot that way. We do the same thing in English when we speak Khmer. We tend to say things that you would certain words that you would use in English. So, for instance, if you listen to a native Khmer speaker, a lot of them, we have kids come, they say, open the lights, or close the fan. So, just observation, you can see that the word for turn on and turn off would be the same word as open and close. How I remember it, I think of opening and closing circuits, like with your lights, with your electric items, your electrical things. So maybe that's some way you can remember that the word for open and close the door is also the same word for turn on and turn off. So open and turn on are together. Close, turn off are also together, are also the same word. So the first word, open, is bao. Once again, it is the R sound, bao, bao, right? Bao. The word for close, but it can sound a little bit like a long A. It actually depends on what part of the country you're in. But. So if you say a long A, that is also good. More of a sound is a little bit easier for you at the beginning. But, hi, it's actually a mix between the two. Open and close. But. The next word we have is to look and to watch. So in English, we would say, I looked at a picture, I watched a video. In Khmer, it can be the same word. So look and watch is the word mơ. Now, this one is an sound. The vowel is as compared to in English, like if you can think of someone say, it hurt, like a little kid saying, it hurt, it hurt, it hurt, It's hard for them to get the R sound, so try to mimic that. This is mơ, and it has the L at the end. This is to look or to watch. Mơ. All right, next word is a little bit hard to say, and that is the word laugh. In Khmer, they say, okay, this is once again the R sound. So you'll see it's a very common Khmer vowel. You really want to get down how to say it. Sao, not sart, okay? Sao. It's just that in English, we have absolutely no other letters to be able to write that, at least that I know of. Sao, okay? Sao, to laugh. The next word is ask. And ask, we just have to be a little bit careful because in English, we use the word ask to ask a question. We also use the word ask if you're asking for something. Please ask your sister for a pencil. So ask for is one of those compound verbs that we still use the word ask for in English, but in Khmer it's a different word. So the first word, ask, right here, to ask about something would be sua, and you'll recognize this from sua, đấy, sua, you're asking how they're doing. So sua is to ask. But if I'm asking for something, I want something, we would use the word for please instead. And you already know the word for please, som. Som. Som to, please forgive me. Som would be a long O. And there's actually two ways to pronounce it, slightly different meanings, but basically they both mean please. Som, som, som. It can be the fast one. So the fast one is probably used more often. Som. So just say it fast. Okay, help. The word help, very important. If you need help, we would say please help, som. And then we would say the word for help is, and here I am writing it in Khmer. I think I'll change to English for you. Okay, chu, as in tooth, chui, chui, som, chui, okay, chui, help. And this once again, I just want to remind you, even though it is a two-syllable sound, it comes from a single verb, or not verb, I'm sorry, a single vowel sound. You might say, well, I don't know what the vowel sound is yet. That's okay. That will come later, and you'll start recognizing this is the with a Y at the end. Oi. It changes the sound a little bit, but joy. Okay, joy. Be verb. The be verb in Khmer is actually a relief after studying English. In English, you have he, is, she is, they are, we, different be verb forms. In Khmer, it's all the same. And that be verb form is gia. This is the ia vowel that you learned about. So once again, the first syllable will be accented. So here's your be verb, gia. So I could say, knyom gia kru. I am a teacher. You could say, we need to, I don't have a flashcard for this word, but I keep wanting to say it, and we haven't learned it yet. So if you're talking generally about another person, and you're not talking to them necessarily, there is a word for he, she, also for them. It can also be plural, but you'll hear it a lot. It's god. Okay? God. So I'm just saying he. Now, if I'm actually talking to him, I could say god for the word you, but I would probably be much more, it'd be friendlier, more close relationship if I say bong or baon. But if I'm talking about him, I just say god. Okay, god. And there's another word too that we'll learn later. But for instance, for the be verb, you could say god chia gru, or god chia bong pro knyom. He is my older brother. So you could say god. Okay, for that. That's just a third person pronoun. Okay, but the word gia, back to the be verb, we say gia. Okay, it's not always necessary. A lot of times it's cut out. So officially in the books, it's taught as a be verb. The correct way to say how are you is soksuk by gia te. You'll hear a lot of people say it that way if they're trying to be more formal. It's the correct way, but colloquial, everyday, soksuk by te. I could say god bong pro knyom. Okay, he is my older brother, and I wouldn't have to say gia. That's just the way it is. Makes it simple for you. So if you don't hear the be verb used, it's completely fine. All right, that is just that's the way they speak, and it makes it easy. But to realize that if you have, if you do hear the word gia, it's the be verb. Okay, think. To think is get. Good. Okay, I'm going to put a short U, but it's not good, it's good. Anyway, that is probably the closest you're going to get to it for now. It's like good. Okay, just remember it's fast. Good. All right, that is to think, good. To have, we talked a little bit about this. when we talked about siblings. ខ្ញុំមានបងស្រីពីរនាក់ I have two older sisters. ខ្ញុំមាន so មាន I'll just write that out here មាន once again this comes from the vowel ear so មាន not មាន មាន with the accent there. The next word is play, to play. If you're around children a lot, you'll use this word a lot. It's laying. So to play is laying. L, long A, laying, laying, laying. Okay. Next word, stop. Stop. Okay. Stop is the word chop. Chop. So CH, it's an O that's written fast. And once again, I'll put a B. But if you think P, that's okay too. It sounds exactly the same when you speak. Chop, chop, chop. Right? So you could say it slower, chop, and then faster, chop. We already talked about the word lose as in a game. Now we want to talk about the word win. And I said it earlier, but let me write it out here. So we have CH and then okay. This the reason the H is there is to make sure that you have the air afterwards, the aspiration. I'm not sure how good it comes across on the microphone, but the H sound or the air sound at the end. One last one, and that is the word understand. This is the in book, yol, yol. Or you could think of it as yol, yol. But either way, it has to be fast. Yol as in book, yol or yol. Very similar, actually, how your mouth is framed. On those two, it will sound similar, whichever one is easiest for you to remember. All right, so a lot of different verbs today. Hope it's not too overwhelming. Take a couple at a time. And I really hope that as you listen to people speak, that some of these that you'll catch some of these. You'll be able to understand more of what you're hearing and also start to add these words into your everyday vocabulary. Thank you very much. Chom riep lia.